Hail friends and welcome to the channel. Bob here. I've got some Enchanter type stuff today. Out of range. What the hell? I'm terrible with my spells. Got some Enchanter stuff today. I'm in Grobb doing guards, which is kind of something I always wanted to try along the Grobb guards along with the Oggot guards as well. I've already done the Oggot guards and I didn't do a video for that. But, you know, I think I kind of wanted to just to get it on video, but I think there are videos out there with that kind of thing going on anyway. So, yeah, go and have a look at those. Yeah, so I've been hitting Everquest fairly hard recently. I'm quite addicted, but I do have. I'm not sure if it's a wise decision or not. I'm kind of quite enjoying it at the moment, but I'm getting to a point where maybe I'm not enjoying it so much. But I've currently got two characters on the go. So I've got Rune and I've got Vladnag here. Yeah, and it's been going okay, but I am reaching that point where I kind of think to myself, Vladnag still is level 41, so levels are still going quite quickly for him. But I think at some point things are going to slow down for both of them. I need to kind of look at what I'm going to do going forward. I'd still like to, you know, there's no reason not to have a couple of characters on the go. I think at some point I need to decide where we're going to go, you know, and what we're going to do. I think that, I mean, as you know, I mean, in the past it's not even something that's bothered me too much because I've just created loads of different characters and just gone through and kind of enjoyed myself. But I've kind of reached that point now where I'm not bored with what I'm doing, but I'm addicted to the game. I'm quite addicted at the moment, but I'm not really doing, I don't think, what I kind of want to be doing. There's other things I want to be doing. I want to be doing a lot of Velius stuff. There's a lot of interesting quests there that seem really good to do. Yeah, just work on different things to improve my character, kind of more at the sort of the top end of the game, I guess. I'm never going to be like a, you know, a min-maxer and stuff, but I'm, yeah, I think I've been playing for so long now, doing the same things for so long, you know, I think I've just reached that point where, let's move back a bit, reach that point where I think I'd like to be just doing something more, you know, have some different content to go up on the channel, but also I think that sort of I've been spending quite a lot of time in Velius, and I'm going to take this guy over there soon, I think. But Velius has always kind of been one of my favourite areas, really. I haven't spent much time in there, but I've watched lots of videos of people in there, read lots of stuff, done lots of research, spent a bit of time there myself. I mean, for me, I think it was the expansion pack where like Verant were at the height of their powers with regards to just designing things. I know a lot of it's hard and it's group and it's raid content and whatnot, but some of the zones like Tower of Frozen Shadow and what else have we got over there where I've been, Crystal Caverns, just amazing zones, you know, wonderfully designed, really interesting, great kind of stories behind them, you know, zone storytelling, that kind of thing. So that's kind of my aim now. And I think that, I mean, before I kind of got to this point, I think my goal was to get to both of my characters kind of in the 50s, and then start doing some of that stuff mucking around. But I've more and more recently, I've been thinking to myself, maybe I want to just crack on and get one to 60 eventually, you know, and start sort of taking a serious look at that kind of that type of Velius content. But anyway, I'm in Grobb doing guards. These guys, let me just have a quick check on the wiki for you. I probably should have done this before. Should have been prepared. I did do some preparation. I did do some preparation for the Oggot guards and stuff. I think these guys go up to about high 30s, maybe low 40s. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so kind of like mid to high 30s. Some of them have greened out on me now, actually, but they're kind of XP giving green. So this is the last level, I guess I'll be doing them at. There's loads of them as well. I mean, there's a huge amount of them. I mean, I've Sutok here kind of spawns over here. I normally set him onto Razbaz, who spawns here. there'll be a spawn here in a sec. And I normally set him on one round the corner. It's funny. I find I'm kind of like I'm generally in real life generally a little bit OCD. Not too much, but a bit. But the Enchanter, this kind of charming, has kind of really brought out the OCD in me. So if I kind of like to do a sequence. Where this guard will kill this guard, and then I kind of move on and stuff. And I find it quite annoying if one guard ends up with quite a lot of hit points after the fight. Sometimes I still stubbornly burn them down, even though I'd be better off just blurring them and letting them regen back up again. Yeah, but that's quite weird. That has been a thing. I normally fight here for the first couple of fights, just because it gives me enough space and whatnot. Yeah, but I'll normally pull these guys back. No reason not to. Come on, where are you? It takes a long time for some reason. There we go. I kind of like at some point I'm going to go into a dungeon, and it's funny because I've been so playing the two characters, and I'm trying to work out really what sort of gameplay I prefer the most. And it's kind of a mixture of both, really. The thing I find with the Enchanter is that a lot of people say that the Necromancer is more hardier, got more survivability. I guess it probably has, but I do find it quite hard to die on this character, because unless you're getting really, really dire straits, it's really easy to reset a fight. But the problem is, of course, is that at the moment, anyway, I'm not sure if I can improve that going up in levels, but apart from Troll regen, there's no way of gaining my hit points back. So if a fight goes tits up and you lose 70% of your hit points, I do find that quite frustrating. The only options I've got now are just to wait around. Really, there's nothing else I can do. I can't regen or heal or whatever. So yeah, it's it's all right. It's first world problems, right? Yeah, but that's the side of it I'm not keen on. But I think that's probably because I've been playing a shaman for so long. I also find at this moment in time with meditate and clarity is that regen is quite slow. But meditating, get my mana back is quite slow. But again, I guess I'm used at the moment. I'm used to having like high regen plus cannibalise to get my health back, get my mana back. No matter how many guards you kill, you can still sell to the merchants. So there should be a couple of guards spawning here at some point as well. There's a roamer here, Avisk I think he's called, and then there's one just on the left here who's a static. But sort of thinking about gameplay and what I like. I mean, I'm really into the Enchanter. I find it really interesting. But there are certain things I miss about the Shaman. Certain spells, just certain. I get the whole flavour of the class as well. That's quite important to me. So yeah, it's weird. I mean, I know that I watch a lot of other people's videos and stuff, and they're all a lot more relaxed about it than me. I wish I could be as relaxed about it. They just play a variety of different characters. They level them up. Wherever those characters get to, that's great. We're happy with that. We'll get there eventually, kind of thing. And like I said, I've started so many different shaman, and I kind of used to feel that way. But I think recently, my head's been has been doing the whole. You've been here for a long time. You need to just move on and experience some other stuff. So yeah, But I'm really enjoying the Enchanter gameplay. It's really interesting. So many different spells, so many different things to do, so many ways to approach combat. I'm really looking forward to doing some dungeons in the future and recording it, and always treating it like I think I've said before, like a puzzle, and I use all my tools to get through that. I've been streaming a bit more as well. I think I streamed a couple of times last week, actually. So I'm kind of hoping to do that a bit more. And It's weird actually because I've had a couple of conversations recently. It's quite weird. Sometimes certain things just come up, and it was about streaming and people streaming Everquest, and someone said to me about sort of streaming, and we were talking about epics and stuff and whatnot and what's involved, and someone said, well, a couple of people said to me actually about sort of people who stream seem to get their epic, and then we kind of got into an interesting conversation where kind of the reasons that people stream for, and I've noticed it as well. You know, there's been, even recently, there's been a couple of people I've noticed too. Someone who played a shaman pretty much streamed through to 60, and then sort of stopped streaming, but they're still playing the game. Yeah, and it was the whole conversation about people streaming kind of just to get their epic, and then they just stop streaming. And someone was saying to me that I think they kind of watch Everquest streams a lot more than I do, but they said that they've noticed it quite a lot, you know, where people will stream to a point where they get their epic or they kind of get what they want, and then you never see them again, you know, until they've got another character. And yeah, I guess, I mean, I've always been a bit careful with my content. Obviously, most of my content is on YouTube. With regards to, I guess, because I mean, I've seen people who just blatantly, just outright could have asked for stuff, you know, and asked for help and that kind of thing and whatnot. And I've always been kind of quite careful about that. I think first of all because, you know, not so much now, but before, when I first started, you know, my thinking was Everquest was a game where you need to experience the tough side, you know, the early side where you haven't got any equipment and it's really, really difficult. But also, you kind of don't want to get in a situation where people think that you're sort of like begging for stuff. And I mean, and people have been really generous to me in the past. But just out of the fact that they've watched the videos and, you know, and they kind of wanted to give something back. Yeah, but I've always been a bit careful about that, you know, about that kind of thing. Not to, even with like subscriptions and stuff. I mean, I don't think I've ever asked for people to subscribe, which is like the given YouTube thing. Yeah, because I kind of didn't really want to get that. You don't want to get that sort of reputation. But it was interesting because I've noticed it as well, where you'll get someone who will level up a character on Twitch, and they're on every day. And suddenly, when they kind of achieve their goal, you never see them again, you know. And I'm sure that's probably or you never see that character again. And I guess some of that is probably the person has maybe just stopped playing. You know, they've achieved their goal. Maybe they've kind of blasted their way to it, and they got a bit burnt out and you never seen them again. But it's definitely, I mean, I've seen people online who I've seen stream through and get their epic, and I haven't seen them stream again particularly. And I saw one person particularly online recently. But I guess that's just like a phenomena of Twitch, really. I mean, people, it's always an interesting thing with content. I mean, I was watching AC Gamer stream the other day, and I must say beforehand, like, you know, he didn't take offence at it. But that's AC, you know, I can't imagine him taking offence at anything, really. He's just a super guy. But I was watching him stream a VR game, and there was some guy on there who kept going on about what VR. And he obviously had a beef because he couldn't afford to get VR, which is fair enough, you know. And the couple of comments he made, I mean, he was trying to... You kind of got to read between the lines. So he was kind of just saying a lot of stuff about it, just didn't like VR, the cost of it, the controls, that kind of thing. But there are a couple of things he said where it was clear that he was annoyed that AC wasn't playing EverQuest. You know, things like, oh, well, if I want to join you in this game, I've got to spend hundreds of pounds on VR equipment, blah, blah. And there's a couple of other things, you know. And at the end of it, he kind of went, well, I'm going to go because I don't like this kind of stream. You know, so I'm going to go. I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to go. But I still support you, but I'm going, you know. Whereas I would have just gone, and that's the thing with Twitch and YouTube, is that there's a lot of there are a lot of people who feel entitled to what you're doing for nothing. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I mean I've had it a lot before, you know, where you play a different game, essentially from what you've been playing, and you just get comments from people saying, "Oh, why aren't you playing EverQuest? You know, this is not what I want to watch." Blah blah blah. And it's a similar situation. I think Twitch is probably worse actually, because it's kind of real time and the people are there and they turn up expecting you to be playing a certain game and you're not. But yeah, but I found it quite annoying, and I found it quite difficult to hold my tongue as a content creator, because that's something I've experienced myself before. There are just people who you play a game, they watch you for that, and then their expectation is that you will always play that game for them. You know, and I've seen it on Twitch quite a lot. And yeah, and this was similar. You know, if you read between the lines, this guy was clearly annoyed that AC wasn't playing EverQuest. But yeah, but I think that's just something you've got to, you know, say, well, whatever. And you know, because you got to play what you want to play. But yeah, but there is. I think it's been ongoing since. I mean, I know it's not everyone, but it's always been a thing where there's a certain feeling of entitlement from people who just feel that your content, you should be creating the content that they want to be watching. You know, this is quite annoying because, as you can see, I don't want Avisk to have that much hit points. I kind of want him to be dead or near dead, so I can then move on. So I'm going to do. I'm you know, I'm not in any rush today. So I'm basically going to hang on a sec. Who was Rakguk? Oh, was he the one I just killed? So we'll look at, but we'll try and burn him down. Let's see how much mana we waste doing this. Because it's no problem. I mean, I'm just quite happy to. Yeah, I mean, I can just. Let's get out of the way. Let's go over here. Yeah, I can just sit down and meditate at the end afterwards. I'm no rush. Yeah, so it's kind of back on semi-topic. Yeah, it's always been a bit of a thing where there's been a huge amount of entitlement. You see it quite a lot on Twitch. As I said, you know, you go to one of the big Twitch streamers and you're looking at the chat and it's just full of people saying, "Are you going to play this game again? Why are you playing this? It's rubbish," you know. And it's like, oh, for pity's sake, you're getting this for nothing. You know, you're getting this content for nothing, and still you're moaning about it. It's, yeah. Anyway, yeah, just sorry about that. Just a bit of a beef I've got, and it was just this person on AC's channel, like really annoyed me. But I'm sure, you know, AC's a great guy. And I'm sure it's like water off a duck's back for him. Yeah, but I did find it quite annoying. Let's go and see if I can. The Warrior Guild is just round here, and I think that they're on the same faction as the Guards. You can tell because the Guards, yeah. So they would have been apprehensive when I first came in. I think in troll form, maybe even indifferent, because I'd killed quite a lot of the. Actually, I'm not in troll form. Shit. Let's get into troll form. The Guards are dubious to me, even non-troll form, but yeah, you've got to be careful. That could have been a costly mistake. In here, there's a couple of Guards, just a couple sitting on their own to deal with. But that's it, guys. I think I've kind of bored you enough with what I'm doing. I'm playing a couple of characters, but I'm kind of reaching that point where I'm thinking to myself, you know, need to maybe think about knuckling down with one of them and seeing how we go. But Rune is currently in Crystal Caverns, and that's been quite interesting. And I haven't got any footage from there, I don't think. So I will probably do a video of that this week as well. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Hello, guys. Welcome back. What am I doing? Yeah, well, this is just tagging on this. I'm tagging this on at the end of the video because I'm just about to hit 50, just there. And I thought, well, who wouldn't want to see someone hit 50, even though it's not the level cap anymore? It's just quite significant for me, really, because it's the only class I've ever got to 50 that's not a shaman. So that's quite good. That's quite good, isn't it? Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. The big 5-0. The big 5-0, which of course there is now a big 60, so it's kind of, you know, meaning is a bit less, but well, I'm happy with it. A couple of things I was going to say as well is that if you're about this one thing about this camp is that if you're a new player, then all the guards always drop a longsword that's worth 11 plat, and they also drop some intestine necklace, which is a bit rubbish to use, but it's 2 plat. So they drop a shield as well. I generally don't worry about the shields because of the weight, but yeah, so 13 odd plat per kill. That's really nice if you're a new player. And also, what I was going to say is that I'm hoping to do some other videos other than leveling soon, because I've got some missing items. I've got some missing slots. And also, I've noticed that I keep thinking to myself, I keep running out of mana too quickly in these fights, and all I'm doing is charming and then finishing stuff off with a nuke or two. But I've noticed that my intelligence is really low. My charisma's doing okay, like 220 with my buff. But intelligence is low, so I'm going to try to look around for some stuff that I can get for myself that will increase my intelligence a little bit. And maybe it will even add to my charisma a little bit more as well. Yes, anyway, that's it. See you later.